So if you break this game down, you have your main robot version, and then you're transformed into this truck. So the robot version, you're taller and you shoot higher, straight.
And then your
And if you
superpower when you're a truck is that you're useless, right? Hello, and welcome to Twincast Pod. We are a podcast where we pick up an old video game, we dust it off, we turn it around in our hands, and we try to ascertain if it holds up today. My name is Clark, and with me is my brother Cam. How are you today, Cam?
I'm doing good, but I might be more than meets the eye.
That's right. Today we actually switch up the schedule a little bit. We were gonna do Secret of Mana, but we're doing a different game. We're doing a Transformer game. We'll do a quick introduction to that in just a minute. A lot of that is because you may notice that Cam's in a new location. He's been moving himself and our mom for the better part of over a month now. He's been really busy, so we wanted to pick it up and do kind of a different case of a game and very interesting game. But otherwise, how's the new place treating you, Cam?
Good. We're still in the process of trying to sell our other house, and so we've been just really busy. And I appreciate you being flexible here and doing a more lighthearted game where Secret of Mana is it's a big chunk to take a bite out of. So
Yeah.
we can push that. We can maybe do that next month. So
But I mean, I know that we should be jumping into our game, but you have a pretty sweet setup there behind us, right? Like it seems like the new place is also upgrading the retro game setup. Is that right?
yeah, I mean, my old house wasn't very big, so I have a lot more room now to put my retro stuff out and have my CRT up and everything. Mega Man's come out of storage here. As you can see, he's stomping on Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. For the audio audience, I have my CRT that's on a stand, and so
That's
so
awesome.
yes,
It's always great to have a little retro gaming shrine. So I've had one for a little bit. I know you kind of had one in the old place, but now you have more room to spring out. So that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, we are a game club podcast. So we choose a game, we play through it, and we talk about it. Next month we're planning on doing Secret of Mana, which was supposed to be this month. So look for that next month if you want to play along. Boot it up and join us for that conversation. Today we are doing, I think for the very first time, we're doing a game that was never released in the United States of America. So we're doing a game that was Japan only. It was a Transformer game. It's called Transformers Mystery of Convoy. So first off, Cam, let's this is going to be a little bit kind of a different discussion because Cameron actually kind of brought this game as a suggestion, and he knows it a little bit better than I do. Has a little bit better of a idea of it. So we're going to do this more of like a Q&A, and that'll lead into some organic discussion, I'm sure. So first question right off the bat, Cam, what is the mystery of Convoy?
Well, the mystery of Convoy is who killed Convoy. And for those who don't know, Convoy is Optimus Prime. That's how they translated it in Japan. So um, there, that's the mystery, is like who killed the the, the leader of the Autobots.
Yeah, and so the other additional context of this is, I guess there was a movie in 1986 or 85 or something, Transformer movie that came out in the United States where Optimus Prime dies, right?
Correct. And this movie didn't even make it to Japan by this time.
And so
So
this game was supposed to be like a stopgap. Is that right?
yeah, it's supposed to be like a stopgap, and they didn't. So I would suspect that a lot of Japanese Transformers fans may have been a little confused to see not Optimus Prime in this video game, and but his name is, it would be basically the mystery of Optimus Prime, but Optimus Prime is not in the game. So
So you play as Ultra Magnus, right?
Ultra Magnus.
Now, I don't know very much about Transformers, and that's one thing that this is one of the reasons why it's kind of a difficult discussion for you. Ultra Magnus, he is like a pretty big Transformer, at least I gathered from my research, right? Like he's like one of Optimus Prime's like main generals or something.
So a lot of people compare the Autobots or Optimus Prime as like a Christ or Messiah figure. So you can say that maybe Ultra Magnus could be like the Peter
Okay.
of the group, the
Uh,
first apostle.
yes. So, do we figure out the mystery of Convoy in this game? No, no spoilers.
I mean,
I guess let's spoil it. There's, do you figure out the mystery? If you
I
played through this
mean,
game, are you enlightened?
I guess so, but I mean, the mystery is that Megatron, the ultimate bad guy for the Decepticons, kills um, kills him, but he's not even the last boss in this game, so whatever.
Okay. Well, before I ask more questions about the game, I just want to kick off by asking that a couple of questions about the game. Let's back it up just a little bit here. And Cam, what is your history with Transformers?
So not much. Like when we were growing up, we kind of missed the whole Transformer boat. I don't know. We were kind of maybe a little too young. They came out in '85. We were born in '82, so we kind of missed it just a little bit. And then by the time that the movies started coming out in the early aughts, I wasn't really interested at all in those movies at all. So
I saw the first
um,
one and it wasn't like my real cup of tea. And so I didn't watch any of the subsequent movies. There were Michael Bay movies and then there were other after Michael Bay. I think there were a couple others too, like a Bumblebee one or something.
yeah, the Bumblebee one was pretty good. But ultimately, we had one Transformer growing up, and it wasn't even a
Well,
Transformer. It was, uh, we looked this up before. What was it? GoBot. It was a GoBot, which is actually predated um, the Transformers. But ultimately, the GoBot's talking to Eco, my child, who is this is she's they are the main reason why we're doing uh, this game right now because they are way into Transformers, and so I got familiarized with this game, trying to connect with my child, uh, and Eco let me know that the GoBots had been absorbed by or bought out by, um, I guess Hasbro. Hasbro has the the toy
at
line
least
now.
they're the ones that develop and own the IP that were they the ones that came out with it initially too. I don't know.
I don't.
Or when they purchased later. Who knows? There's no way to know. It's impossible.
We're not gonna be able to find that out at all. But for those of you who are big Transformer fans and just go easy on us. We're not fanboys, but we appreciate the fandom. We'll say
Yes.
that.
Um one of
Oh,
our
I was gonna talk about our one Transformer or GoBot that we had was of the NASA space shuttle. Is that what they called it? The big blocky thing that came out in the early '80s, and it
yeah,
was his name was Space C. So,
yeah,
and I remember being incredibly frustrated with that toy.
it wasn't very intuitive, but yeah, you could kind of get it to work. Um yeah, I mean exactly the same for me. I just remember, I mean, the biggest thing is I just remember some of our friends and their like older siblings, friends having Transformer toys. Like our friend Tim, his older brother had a bunch of Transformer toys. And so everything that I knew about Transformers was all just like secondhand growing up. So
I
now,
do remember being fascinated with Soundwave. He was the one that was the cassette player that you could, and they had little cassettes that also transformed. Eco actually picked up a G1 Soundwave at the last retro convention that we went to, and it's pretty cool.
yeah,
So
the lore behind Transformers kind of confuses me, and so I've asked Eco a few times, and I still don't know if I like. Why would you choose to transform into a cassette tape?
I don't know. I can't keep these. I can't keep the lores because there's different. Just like any like fandom, there's different timelines in different universes. A lot of them will separate like the G1, like the Generation One, the first ones, and like the Michael Bay movies are in their own little category and all that. The comics, there's just I can't keep track of everything. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's turn our attention back to this game. What was your like first sort of? You mentioned that you you started playing it to connect with Eco. So I mean, how long ago was that? Um, how did you find it? Did you just Google search it up? Like, what was the process there?
The process was Eco had gotten into Transformers probably maybe 2 to 3 years ago, and like way into Transformers. Loved the cartoons and all that the fandom entails. Um, about a year and a half ago, I picked up a twin Famicom, and that's what's playing right here. I have this twin Famicom. So I picked up um, a the twin Famicom EverDrive. So I can play. I just put it on there, and I'm like I'm gonna play Japanese games on this, and so I downloaded the whole Japanese any or Famicom library, and one night I was like, well, Eco likes Transformers. Let's look and see if there's any of these Transformer games here. And lo and behold, we found this one, and I started playing it and booted it up, started it, and then instantly died. And
That was going to
I
be
mean,
one of my next.
we'll
Well, that's
we'll
gonna be
talk
one
a
of my
little bit about the gameplay,
yeah.
but uh,
I was gonna ask about that next, but I guess before I bring that up here, so I do know that as part of that first time that you um booted up, you made a video for the channel.
I did.
What was that video about?
Well, I was playing through and I was using save states because um, the EverDrive allows you to do save states, and Eco was reading the wiki for it and looking at and Eco noticed that you could save Bumblebee if you are able to take out Starscream. So so we went into the level that had that, and I was able to save Bumblebee. And I'm like, this was a time that you and I were doing a lot of shorts for the channel, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a short out of this. So yeah, it's really obtuse secret, but at least there's secrets in the game. There's basically just a jet that flies across the screen, and you have to transform into your little truck mode form. It's that shoots up, and you're able to shoot up and do it, and then it breaks into the jet, and then he turns into his normal, the Starscream, his normal form, and he tries to escape across the screen. And if you're able to shoot him before he escapes, like then you save Bumblebee.
Okay.
So.
You say Bumblebee, but isn't it just like a warp? Like it like warps you to a level you don't actually get to play as Bumblebee.
Yeah, so if you kill him there, it stops and it shows you saving Bumblebee, and then you go on to the next level. So.
All right, next
But
question for you, Cam. You kind of hinted at this here, but like the difficulty of this game is like notorious at this point. How many times did you die to the opening enemy in the first seconds?
oh, I think after the fifth or sixth time, I'm like, I'm just gonna press over and run. So then you're able to get a little bit farther if you just do that, and then I just learned like I need to start save stating this a lot because it basically becomes just memorization, and
Yeah.
there's just a lot of obtuse things as you're scrolling. It's an auto scroller
Well,
on the
yeah.
first level.
Let's actually just. It's not auto scrolling. I think you can stop
It's
it.
no, it's not auto scrolling, but yeah,
Let's actually talk a little bit about like what kind of game this is. Like if you were to put a genre on it, what would you say?
it's just a scrolling platformer.
Yeah. I immediately thought of Like, think of the worst version of Contra that you could ever imagine. It's a little bit like that.
So if you break this game down, you have your main robot version, and then you're transformed into this truck. So the robot version, you're taller and you shoot higher, straight.
And then your
And if you
superpower when you're a truck is that you're useless, right?
the truck you makes you smaller, so in some levels you can go underneath some
Yeah, but you
platforms.
can't jump. And so
You can't jump,
you can only shoot up.
and you shoot up, but it's not very high.
Yeah.
So think of maybe like the Moon Patrol kind of shooter. Remember Moon
Okay,
Patrol? How you can shoot
I,
up?
I,
It's kind of like that.
I did remember. I actually thought about Moon Patrol when I was transforming. Well, I mean, that was one of the questions I had written down here to ask you is how many times did you transform into the truck?
Not. It actually took me a little bit to figure out that I could. It it took me maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes where I figured out, oh, I can switch to a truck. I guess this game is called Transformers, so you have to be able to transform. So
And I think I only did it like 2 or 3 times as I was playing the game. Like I avoided it like it all, and there was only like 2 or 3 places where it made sense to actually transform.
yeah, there's a couple spots um, where you need it to go on underneath a smaller ledge, or I guess you don't technically need it, but yeah, that's but I mean you can use it to shoot up, but I almost never transformed either. So
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, it's just dumb because it should feel awesome to transform, right? And it does not feel awesome at all. In fact, you get smaller and you're little. Like, I don't know. It feels like you're slower. At least like I remember that it was. Anyways, it ended up being more of a handicap that you had to like put on yourself to get by a couple areas, and that's not cool.
yeah, and the way these levels are kind of set up, there's a lot of things that are unfair. Like things come swooping at you fast, and they are shooting things, and if you don't know, then you're just gonna die. Like it's just memorization and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this game was hard to beat, even with safe states, and like I knew things were coming, and like it didn't matter. Like the way that you move, it doesn't feel great, and the way that the enemies like sometimes just beeline it like right to you, like it's a really not fun.
Yeah. So we do need to say there are some vertical levels. There's the one level where you go up in like a factory thing, and you're
You
going up,
think
and
of
then
the
you exit.
waterfall levels in Contra,
Yeah,
and in fact,
but
you
then
go back down later.
you go back. Then the next level is the same level but in reverse, and you just go down.
Yeah,
So
and those those
they didn't.
those levels were not very well designed either.
So let me ask you, what do you think of the boss fights?
Yeah, I thought I was answering the questions here. The boss fights were actually mostly a, a decrease in difficulty. So
They were easy.
they
Yeah.
were mostly very easy. There were some times where it was kind of annoying because if the some of the enemies got loose, they can kind of get you. But mostly you just like hit the a little hitbox on like a big enemy on the right. You hit it like 4 times or something, and then it destroys. And that's basically all of the bosses.
Yeah. There's not very much creativity in the bosses.
There's like
So
2 or 3 platforms that you can kind of jump between. There's like the boss will like spit out a couple projectiles that usually do those sine wave, which can be like form like the Medusa heads in Castlevania, and
oh yeah, yep, yep.
sometimes that can be annoying to dodge. But in this case, most of the time you just can get on a different platform or whatever and shoot the little weak point next step.
Yeah, and like some of the bosses are it's just like, okay, here's a couple of like moon things.
Um,
Take out these like moon things, and like, okay, and then you'll see like just the Decepticon symbol. Kill this Decepticon symbol, and you're like,
And
okay,
then
and
spoilers, the last boss is like some dinosaur thing. Like, is
yeah,
that like a I see I don't know anything uh about Transformers lores or the Decepticons. Is there a Decepticon that's a dinosaur?
Yeah, it's I had to look this up. It's Trypticon in America. In Japan, it's known as Dinosauror. Dinosauror.
Okay.
And I asked Eco about this one, and Eco says, I don't really know much about that one. That's G1, and they were like, G1, I don't know that much about it.
Okay.
So he looks like a dinosaur, and maybe think of like just a dinosaur, or like a Godzilla kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Let's talk a little.
the,
We
the,
were kind of talking about graphics a little bit. I want to focus on graphics just a little bit. Like, what the like the enemies that you're like encountering in just the regular levels and stuff, are those like Transformer regular enemies? Like, I think you mentioned Starscream. Like, are all of the jets, are those they all Starscream, or
I, I don't know. I don't think so. No, just this like a specific one is Starscream, and then you have just random generic like blobs and stuff like that are kind of roaming around. I don't think the enemies are really that creative
no?
in this
And
game.
I found that sometimes I wasn't quite sure if something was um gonna kill you or not in this game. I think the graphics were kind of that way too. Like, it's like, is that part of the scenery, or is that like a sprite that bullet is gonna kill me? And so it was just all trial and error, which led to the frustration.
Yeah, there's these like enemies in the first level. I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you shoot them, you can. It doesn't. They don't die, but you can like roll through them, and it's weird. You don't know like without prior knowledge. It's just kind of
Yeah.
weird. So
I mean, I guess your sprite looks like a transformer, so I guess that's their job there, right?
the sprite's pretty good, and as far as I'm concerned, it looks like a transformer, and it's his. I guess it's Ultra Magnus. So I told Eco, I said, this is not Optimus Prime. Why isn't this not Optimus Prime? That's like the one Transformer I know. And Eco had to inform me that Optimus Prime had died. So
Oh, yeah.
but spoilers, Optimus Prime comes back. He's resurrected.
Oh. um, Level 9. Tell me about level 9, Cam. Do you remember level 9?
Um it was
Did you get stuck on that level?
that one. That's the maze one, right?
Yes.
And yeah, I had to look at a wiki in
I
order to
think
beat it.
everyone had
I,
to.
I start I started playing it and I'm like, what's the deal with this level? And yeah, I just had to like you have to go like top middle top bottom, and you're
I
like
I think I
it's
think they must have been trying to go for like a Super Mario Brothers, because you remember in Bowser's Castle at the end of Super Mario Brothers, you have to like kind of go a certain way. And to me, that's like actually one of the worst parts of that game. It's they
and
took
this one was way worse.
so bad. I just remember safe stating through there, getting to the end, and then it started me at the beginning again. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, do you know what? I think this is amazing. So I just went and Google. I didn't even waste time. I'm like, I'm not going to try and figure this out. I'm going to go look up Enyen. Like you said, you just up, down, middle, whenever you have to figure it out as you go through. And that's like the worst game design ever.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're on these platforms, and they're like three things, and there's enemies shooting bullets at you, and they can go through the walls, and like the bullets like they don't get impeded by walls or anything, just go right through the walls and hit you, and it just feels unfair.
All right. Next question for you. Is this game bad or unfinished? Like, is there like a core here that could have been a good game, or is it just rotten to the core?
I think I think if with it's a bad game. I think it's pretty much it could be saved if they made it more user friendly, and I don't know. The way game design was back then is they wanted to make it hard because they knew people couldn't afford many games, and this is the only game that you'd have for a while, so you just have to sit there and memorize things, I guess. But to me, this would be a game that I wouldn't have even liked back then. I just think it's a bad game. So,
Okay, well, I don't want to like belabor this point too much here, but like if you were, designing, if you it was 1986 or whatever, and you were designing an NES game about Transformer from scratch, like fundamentally, what would be some of the changes that you would make to this game? Or
well,
or
obviously, just make it more fair, I guess. I mean, it's.
So
I
one
guess
of
if
the
you
things
had.
that unlike Contra, like Contra is infamously pretty hard if you don't know what you're doing. But when you die in Contra, your guy just drops out of the sky there again, and you can keep going. What happens in this game?
In this game, you die and you just go back to the beginning of the level. And
It's so
you get the.
punishing.
And you get the annoying do over and over
There's
again,
like a
like
high
just
pitched
that
tone
little.
in there, like very ding, and it's so
Yes.
annoying.
So yeah, I guess you're right. I think the ability to just start where you died and be able to continue on from them would be a pretty good upgrade. I think um, getting rid of some of the unfair like bullets going through walls and all that kind of things would be better too. Um,
We touched on
I
this
mean,
earlier, but I think being like transforming should be like a power up. It should be like Super Mario Brothers or whatever. Like maybe you don't transform all the time, but maybe when you do transform, you should get super powerful. And that's what I mean, that at least in my opinion. And I think that would make the game a lot better if that was improved.
yeah, transforming doesn't feel fun in this game. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I would try to change is make transforming fun. And like you said, maybe have some sort of like meter or something that fills up that you're able to transform and be able to do more damage or whatever.
Yeah, to
But
be fair, this was a really early Famicom game. Like this came out in the second year of the Famicom's life, I think. So really early, and they didn't even have any of those like mod chips that they would put in with the cartridges to expand the capabilities and things like that. So I mean, they were limited, and at least from what I can tell by reading through Wikipedia and stuff, I think there's only one guy who programmed it. So there's not like there was a big giant team. So he's pretty limited. So if you want to say anything, like if it's just one guy working at it, like I think that he was able to do an admirable job making it kind of look like Transformers, right?
yeah, and I mean, like you've already mentioned and stuff, it looks like they borrowed from other games that may have had successful formulas, but just not executed it well enough. So, I mean, I think they have. If it was just one guy programming it, I think he did a good job. If it was just the one guy, so
Okay.
Nintendo obviously had more resources and stuff to make it better. So,
All right. Well, I think we're going here on the final stretch. I'm gonna pepper you with a couple more, a little bit more, maybe more rapid fire questions. We don't have. I mean, if you want to expound on them, you can. Um, is this the worst licensed game that you've played on the NES?
there's some really bad licensed games, but this one probably has to be. I'm thinking of it right now. It's probably the worst.
You have like Silver Surfer. You have like
I don't remember playing the Silver Surfer back in the day.
I don't know if I played it back then, but I played it because it's pretty infamous for being like really hard and not good. I would say that this game was worse than that. Like Top Gun is not good. Um,
But if you think of like games like Jaws was not that good, but it was at least had some like Jaws was
there's some redeeming
okay.
qualities of Jaws, and I but I think they just did a re-release of that game. I need to look it up because I very like I want to podcast where let's do that.
That's
There's
one that we should probably do sometime because
there's some
it wasn't the greatest game, but there is some
there's some redeeming qualities. There was some like RPG light stuff in there that was kind of fun.
yeah.
Uh,
And I'm trying to think anything that Capcom did that was licensed was awesome. So
but
what'd you think of the Simpsons games like Bart versus the aliens? That one
those are
was
terrible. Yeah,
so that
but
one was
but
bad.
this one was worse than that. Okay, so like this
This one is the
this is
worst.
probably the worst licensed game that I've played, maybe ever. Um,
Ooh, that's saying a lot.
so I guess this is kind of just self-answered based off of the question that I asked before, so maybe I should work this. But like, would anyone even remember this game if there wasn't a Transformer license?
No. There's no way I would have even picked this up and played it if it wasn't a Transformer licensed game.
Yeah.
So,
Um, plus or minus 40 save states to beat this game for you.
oh, plus
Plus.
more. Gotta pump those numbers up.
I don't know exactly how many it was for me, but I guess it was probably in the 50s somewhere. I was playing on my analog pocket, and the save states is kind of janky in there because I ran out of save space or save state spaces, so I had to go back and delete some of the earlier save space state. I think there was like 120 save states, but there was already some existing from a previous game, and so I estimate I probably used maybe somewhere in the range of 50 or 60 save states.
So the way save stating works on the EverDrive, um, you basically have one save state, and you load from that one save state. So basically, I would make some pretty good progress, and I'm like, I better save state it, and then I would save state it. So I'd probably save state it 6 to 7 times each level, and then replay each of those the hard ones at least a few times. So I would say I'd probably save state it maybe 12 to 15 times a level, maybe. The way it was bad. I kind of wish I had a rewind function
Yeah,
when
that
I'm
was
playing
good.
this game.
Did you ever save state it in a spot that like was a bad spot to save state it, like right in front of a hazard, and then you would instantly die?
I was I think I did that, but fortunately this one does have a way to like skip past your last save state and go to the previous one.
Okay.
So the way it works.
Okay, good.
So, whew, yeah. I have a question for you, Clark.
Okay.
You like video game music, and I was gonna ask you what you thought of the music in this game.
So I can't think of it right now, but when I was playing it, I actually was thinking, oh, this isn't too bad. In fact, that might be one of the only redeeming qualities is that the general level music was not bad. The robots in disguise theme that was bad. But the actual music, I don't know if it's a part of the Transformer TV show or anything like that, but it was general music and video game music at the time, and it seemed to be okay.
It's okay, but it gets very repetitive.
Yes.
Because it's the same music through the whole game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it definitely was grating, but like you said, it wasn't terrible.
there is a theme that comes on at the start too that's different. So as far as I can tell, there's 3 different like theme music in this whole game.
Okay. Okay, final question for me. If you didn't have say states, what is the farthest that you think you could like get into this game before like driving yourself insane?
I could beat the first level, and then I would just be like, okay, I'm done.
That's I actually got to
I got to the point where I could beat the first level without save states.
I got to like 90% through the second level without save states before I gave up. But I mean, I think that I think if I had to get through this game and learn it and memorize it, then it would probably drive me insane to do it.
So, go back to 9-year-old Clark. We rent this game. Would we remember it today if we had rented and played this game?
we probably just would have we might have remembered it as just like being sorely disappointed, or like just how we're talking about today. And that's really this legacy of this game, is it's just kind of a meme game at this point, right? Like, and it's like its only redeeming quality is how bad it is, and how hard it is. Like, that's what this game brings to the table today, and I don't think there should be any other redeeming qualities beyond that.
I mean, the the graphics are okay. Like, that's probably the best part of the whole game.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
anyways, we'll probably give our verdicts here.
yeah, let's
So,
start wrapping it up here. Is there anything else that you wanted to expound upon that didn't like get hit on in our Q&A session here?
no, I think I think we pretty much hit it all. Um, I just like to reiterate how weird it is that Megatron, the ultimate baddie, is not even the the end boss, and how weird of a decision that was, and how easy it was to kill Megatron. Megatron is the big bad guy, and you go in there and you shoot his forehead like 3 times and he's dead.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And then apparently, like, because like the end is in Japanese and I don't read Japanese or speak it, I looked it up, and apparently, like, it says at the end essentially, the Decepticons are back. Do it again, and then you just start from the beginning again. It's like,
oh
what's the point of the game?
yeah, there is there is an unlockable character in this game. Did you read about that?
I did read about that, and I guess I should have asked you. Did you end up unlocking? Let's see, what's his
No,
name? I had it here in my notes.
Rodimus Prime.
Rodimus.
Rodimus
Oh, yeah, that's
Prime.
right. So I didn't unlock it. I don't think I even found any of the letters.
So yeah, I did pick up, I think, like D or something like that, and it got me curious when the first time I was playing through, and then Eco found out, like, looked it up and said, oh, you can unlock Rodimus Prime, but apparently it's just basically it's the same sprite, just different colors. So
Yeah. Palette swap.
even that, yeah, even that is just, oh, you go through this trying to collect all these letters and stuff like that, and then you're just disappointed.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move to conclude here. As you know, we do sort of a tier ranking here, and we just assigned numbers on the typical tier ranking scale, 1 through 6. 6 would be like, if we give a game a 6, then it would be like one of the best games, even if it was released today. 1 is like it was bad back then, and it's bad now. So with that being said, between 1 and 6, Cam, what do you rate Transformers?
Um, man, I'm gonna say 2. It doesn't get an actual 1 because there is the meme factor. You gotta. It's fun to maybe boot it up and have someone try to play this game and see, and just laugh at how many times they die. There is a meme factor to this, but really, you boot it up for 3 or 4 minutes, and then you click it off, and so I'm gonna say 1.5.
Well, you said 2 first, but then you downgraded it to 1.5. Okay,
Oh,
is that right?
did I say 2? Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm contradicting myself. We'll say 2. I say 2.
Okay, because in the show notes I put 1.5. So,
Okay.
and my reasoning was kind of the same. Like, it's going to be really hard. The same reason why almost nothing is going to get a 6 in our scale. Almost nothing is going to get a 1, because to be 1, it's got to be utterly irredeemable. And I don't know if that's the case, because if we're booting up a game and we're going to talk about it here, there's a kind of a reason we're talking about it here. And there's enough in here to make it at least interesting to talk about it, and enough in here to laugh at the memes. So there's not a lot of games that are going to be, give as many chuckles if you turn on as this game. So that in itself gives it a half a point above 1 to me. So 1.5.
Can you imagine being a huge Transformer fan back in the day, and being so excited that there's a video game coming out, and saving up your $60-$70 to buy this video game, to be so utterly disappointed when you started playing this. I can't even imagine how bad
Yeah,
that would be.
yeah.
You and I got lucky because we saved up money a few times to buy video games like that, and we got awesome games like Blaster Master. Um, but this one, I can't even imagine how disappointed you would be to get this game.
So disappointed.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that means the final Twincast score for Transformers Mystery of Convoy is 1.75. That's
Is it the lowest of all ever?
the lowest ever. So
Well, I was talking to you a little bit about this. It's like we've been playing most of the games we choose are generally really good games. We need to throw in a game like this to
oh, this is
to
I genuinely I had a lot of fun showing my kids and my wife this game as I was playing it. I was like, guys, come check this game out. And then letting Jeremy die like 6 times in a row on the first jet that comes down. Like, so, and then I mean, like, we didn't really talk about this. He said that you got good enough to beat level 1. But it pretty quickly I found out that basically all you need to do is hold right to beat level 1, and then there's a couple jumps that you need to make, but that's all you need to
yeah.
do. But like, so if you actually try to be careful and take your time, it's like infinitely harder for level 1.
Yeah. I'm glad we did it. It was fun. Just like you said, I got some good laughs, and yeah. I'll just say that also there's a disk drive Transformer game that is really bad. Also, I booted it up, but this one's a little bit more polished than the disk drive game for some reason. So.
Ugh. Rough time to be a Transformer fan and a video game fan in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about like future Transformer games. Are there any good Transformer games?
There was a pretty. I was going through and during the same time trying to find a good one. There was a pretty good 3DS one.
Okay.
And I downloaded that one and played it, and it was pretty fun. There was one that was on Steam, and it was also on PS4 and Xbox One. I guess it would have been in the same generation, but it got delisted from Steam. But Eco says it's probably the best. It's considered the best Transformer game, but I can't vouch for it since you can't get it anymore. And even the physical, it got delisted from all the digital downloads and stuff like that. So the only way you can play it now is if you have disc.
The only way you can play it legally.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for joining me for this conversation, Ken. And with that, Twincast is out. So yeah, like I like your new setup there.
I haven't really. I mean, as you can see, you pointed out I have a stand for my stand.
Yes. But then I questioned, like, what if your stand needed a boost?
Well, then you would need to get a stand.